Hey, good afternoon, more Medic One. Today I've got a little aluminum cylinder head on the bench, and on the exhaust side I've got a bolt broken off. And basically I like to take my broken bolts out with a welding machine. You can drill them and tap them, but I've used this method a bunch of times and it works really good. So basically what I do is I weld me a washer on the broken off bolt. Now it could be down broken off flush, or it could be down in there. Well, what you do, you put your washer there and then you weld the nut and build that material up until you come up flush with the washer, and then I weld a nut on there. That nut's a little big, but we're going to try it anyway. Something to hold it with. Tack it in a couple of spots. Careful not to try to weld into your aluminum. So let's get us a pair of vice grips, or maybe a wrench will go on there, and we'll see if we can get it out. Now that weld doesn't have to be beautiful. That nut that I was trying to weld on there was rusted, so it's got a lot of slag. Well, let's try it. Like a champ. That's going to be hot, so be careful if it's... I love this method. It works really good. No damage to the cylinder head whatsoever. Look at that. Today we've got a little Briggs & Stratton engine on the bench, and we have a muffler bolt that is broken off in the block. If you've tried to drill it or easy out it and that hadn't worked, and you tried to slot it and ease it out with a a screwdriver or something like that, well, what we're going to do, I'm going to get my little wire machine out here, and we're going to, where this bolt is stripped off or broken off, we're going to weld a nut to that piece of stud sticking out. So stay with me, bear with me, and we'll see how it turns out. Go ahead and get your nut centered over the bolt there, and go ahead and tack your nut to the stud sticking out. And let that cool just for a little bit. As you can tell, it'll pull that bolt right out of there. And the beauty part of using the wire machine is that it'll actually, whoops, excuse me, didn't mean to bump the camera there. It'll heat up that bolt enough to where it'll jar those threads or clean out those threads of rust. It kind of helps break those threads loose. As you can tell, she's coming right out of there. So, if you have any questions on how to remove broken studs or bolts in lawnmower engines, there you go. More Medic 1. I'll put a link in the description below. I've got another method that I like to use. Today we have a little Briggs & Stratton engine that needs an intake manifold. It's broken. The reason it's broke is the bolt that holds on the bracket, wherever it went. This bracket right here, I call it a the governor spring bracket, or the throttle control bracket that actually holds it on. But anyway, it bolts on right here. Well, the bolt is broken off, and that allows this bracket to cam down, and when it gets too much pressure, it breaks this plastic intake manifold just plumb off. But what we're going to have to do, we need to remove this bolt that's broken off in the block. I'm going to show you how to do it, or at least my way. You're probably going to scream at me by doing it this way, but I've done it this way for a long time. I just take a air saw and I cut just a little slit in the bolt, and that will create a slot for a screwdriver to get in there, and we can take it right out. You just want to heat it up just a little bit, not much, just enough to melt the Loctite that's on the threads, because that aluminum will melt. Low melting temperature. Let's see if I can get my screwdriver in here. Let's see if it'll come out. Alright. Man, that's slick. That will be hot, so be careful. There you go. More Medic 1. That's how I get broken bolts out. Have a good day.